most successful people have successful habits. So these real men are up at 5 and 6 o'clock in the morning working out at the gym. But you are a woman that knows what she wants and saying to yourself, you know what? It's just a matter of time. But in the meantime, how am I operating in my relationships now? Your success is not a barrier to love. It's a beacon of light to the right person who admires your light and then adds to your shine. You are not on a man hunt. You are not on a husband hunt. You are on a life journey. What's up, wanted woman? Welcome back to The Love Lens, where I'm helping you to change your view on love one episode at a time. So make sure you take a moment right now and click the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell so you never miss out on a new episode. Now, as always, during this episode, I'm going to drop a code to help you get the first chapter for free of my best-selling book, Wanted Woman, The Busy Woman's Guide to Attracting, Choosing, and Keeping a Love That Lasts. So today, what are we talking about? Let me tell you something, sis. One of the biggest questions I get is, where are all the good men hiding? Like, Coach Cass, do you have them underneath your bed, a rock? Like, is there a specific spot? We know that you're a certified matchmaker, so come on, matchmaker, match me. And here's the thing. We have to start to recognize the struggle. And I want to take a moment of silence to recognize the struggle that comes with attracting a mate that you truly desire, right? And in my book, in chapter 7, it talks about getting out the house and getting in the game. But first, we have to name the fear. Name the fear. For some of you, what I know is that there is a fear of, what if this won't work out? What if this will impede my success? What if I don't get someone on my level? There are so many fears. For those of you that are on YouTube right now, I want you to drop in the chat, what are some of your fears when it comes to dating? And there is a struggle for recognition, right? So what I know is that many successful women feel like you feel like your achievements can be barriers in your love life, right? You feel like your achievements can be barriers in your love life. So what does that mean, Coach Cass? So as you're building your business, you start to feel that you don't have time for love. So something I know is that oftentimes as busy professional women, you may feel like it's necessary to downplay your success in order not to intimidate your potential partner. And earlier this year, I did a summit called the Quality Attraction Summit, and you can still get the replay. And one of the things that we really talked about is that you don't have to dim your light, sis, in order to attract a quality man. Period. I don't want you to dim your light. You don't have to downplay who you are. But we do have to talk about, redefining what compatibility truly means. Because when we're talking about being compatible, it's less about, can he match my energy in business, but can he match your energy in life? If you are a strong A-type woman, getting all the things done, and a part of you wants an A-type man, understand that y'all are going to bump heads. It's going to happen, right? What if you had someone that can support you in your role, or someone that was even more driven that maybe you could take a little bit of a breather every now and then? What I know is, I'm not your superwoman, right? So you don't have to be superwoman all the time. I get that you have purpose. I get that there's so many things that you want to do. I know you want to change the world and kick butts, take names, clients, all the things. But I know a part of you wants to be able to rest and relax and take off that cape to do something different. In one of our previous episodes, we had Andre who talked about, the way that his wife really serves him. And it brought him to tears, y'all. It brought him to tears. I don't want you crying because you're in the wrong relationship again. What I desire for you, sis, is to be able to attract amazing love, but we have to redefine these standards of what's compatible to you. Like, okay, he has to come with me to the galas and all the things. Does he? And if he comes, does he have to engage in the legalese of whatever it is that you speak, or can he just be that supportive spouse? And I'm not saying a bum on the street. I'm not saying a man that doesn't make any money. He could literally be doing well in his own right, but how do we judge him in terms of compatibility? And a huge part of this is your power to be vulnerable. How are you vulnerable in this process? The more vulnerable and the more authentic that you are, you're going to see your love life change around. So number 2 is all around replacing the lies with truth. What are the lies that you're telling yourself? Now, we could think about school and all the lies that they told us growing up, but when it comes to your love and who deserves love and what does love look like and what do you need to do in order to get love? For some, I find that you lead with sex, and sex does not equal love. And too often are we making decisions about who will be our life partner just based on chemistry more than anything else. And I'm going to tell you, sometimes people get sick. There's health issues, health scares, financial issues that have you going with your libido on a roller coaster. So in times where there might be a drought in your sex life, can your relationship maintain? That's the real question. What more are you building in terms of foundation? You're like, oh, but Coach Cass, I don't even have a man right now. I don't even know what you're talking about. Okay, we're talking about attracting the right person outside of him being tall, dark, and handsome, or strong, vanilla, and heightened, right? Like whatever your flavor, sis. I was talking to one of our members of the Real Love Network, and she was saying, Coach Cass, I met this great guy. We got date number 3. I said, tell me about him. What's so amazing about this man? Well, he's tall, he has a good job, and he's really hot. Okay. And, right? What else? There needs to be more substance to you attracting the right man other than the man is good looking. Are you hearing me? Are you hearing me? Right? So when we're navigating this dating landscape, you might be asking yourself, okay, where do I go? That's always the question. Where do I go, Coach Cass? Now, mind you, I have a link in the show notes that will share with you. No, you know what? No, you're going to have to DM me on Instagram. You're going to DM the cheat code, right? So I want you to DM me on Instagram, cheat code, and I'm going to share with you a bot, right? A bot that you can put in your information of where you are and what you're looking for and where the good men are hiding in your local area. Okay, so that is going to be a free gift to you. All right, but you got to DM me on Instagram. Okay, so we're going to keep going. So one of the things, or one of the places that you could find great men is the gym, right? And I call these real men, real. And you might be like, well, Coach Cass, what are you talking about? A real man, reliable, empowering, reliable, empowering. I'm trying to remember the A. Hallelujah. Available and loving. Reliable, empowering, available, and loving. Because many of you are dating these unavailable men that wouldn't know good love if it hit them on the nose because they're so caught up in whatever's going on in their world. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. So these real men are up at 5 and 6 o'clock in the morning working out at the gym. The most successful people have successful habits. So if you're seeking successful men that are doing things in their lives, like, sis, check out the gym. Now, a part of you is like, wait, Coach Cass, you want me to get up when? Now that's your business. That is up to you to figure out how to get there. Somewhere else that you can meet amazing men, you're starting to think about, well, where do they hang out? I think a good game night. right? When was the last time you hosted a good game night and you told your girlfriends, bring a friend, bring a male friend, bring a good guy, right? These are easy ways to start to expand your social circle. I need you to start saying yes to the invites. And many times, real men are at fundraising galas, they're at volunteer events, they're at things where people are giving back, they're involved in their community. So my question to you is, how involved are you in your community? Or are you so focused on your civic duty when you're out and about that you absolutely forget to say hello and hi when someone passes you by? We make dating too difficult. And I hear, well, dating in the 20s, I guess it's not the 1920s, but the 2020s is way different from, when I was dating back in my day. Whether you're divorced, widowed, or never married, understand that people are people and humans are humans. You get this? People are people and humans are humans. So looking at how do we meet great men, I have one client that she actually started a mentoring program for young boys because she had young boys and she asked the girlfriends, hey, if you know any good men that will make great mentors, please refer them. And that is how she met her husband and married him within 9 months. We have to start thinking outside of the box, but it all breaks down to what are we really looking for? What do you define as a good man? And is it really based on what you desire, or is it based on your trauma? Find someone who claps for you with the same enthusiasm they do for their own victories. True love celebrates and never competes. So looking across the men that are currently in your life, and if you're like, Coach Cass, I don't have any men currently in my life, that's the first place to start. What I don't want you to do is desperate dating. And what desperate dating is you are so starved for male companionship or male interaction that you're picking up anybody that pays you attention and calling them your man just to have a solid person there in your life. And guess what? They're not solid. It's more like quicksand where they kind of fade away or get sucked into the floor. Right? So I want you to start thinking, I'm not desperate, but I do desire to date. So if we desire male companionship, because I get this all the time, I want a male companion. Friendship is different from romantic relationships. Yes, we want our romantic relationships to start out as friends, but looking at your past relationships, was it really based on a friendship or was it based on more? Start praying, meditating, and thinking about getting good male friends and stop calling people your work husband. And stop calling married men your work husband. This is my own pet peeve. If you can't see me roll my eyes through these glasses, right? I want to make sure that you are acting in integrity in all areas of your life. So you're not spending extra time with somebody else's man, right? We have to have good ethics in this situation. Your success is not a barrier to love. It's a beacon of light to the right person who admires your light and then adds to your shine. So I want you to think right now, who is adding to your shine in your life? And are any of these people men? And if so, I want you to lean in a little bit better and start to converse and talk to this person around, how do I show up on a day-to-day basis? Or how do I show up for you as a friend? Am I a good friend? I want you to start to really ask the real questions to get vulnerable, because this is where we unlock the vault to attracting the type of love that we desire. We have to get real with who we are and what we've been through and what we want. But the question is, why? Why do you want this, sis? Ooh-wee. So forgiving yourself. Forgiving yourself, believing in yourself, and choosing to love yourself are the best gifts you can receive. Brittany Burgunder. So when you start to look at what you've been through and how it's impacting your choices in love, I want you to take a moment to just put your hand over your heart and breathe in compassion. Breathe in grace. Breathe in, it's all right, sis. One thing I know is that you are not dead yet, so it can all change. Everything can change today when you decide. And in attracting real love, we have to stop getting on and off this hamster wheel of us saying, oh, I want love. Oh, that didn't work out. Let me take some time off. How many times have you taken time off? And if you added up all those times together, would that equal how many years or decades for you giving up on love and coming back around? In attracting love, we do have to become a different person, a wanted woman. And to operate as a wanted woman, you have your head held high. You're not desperate. You're not delusional, right? You're not a damsel in distress, but you are a woman that knows what she wants. And saying to yourself, you know what? It's just a matter of time. But in the meantime, how am I operating in my relationships now? What do I need to do differently in my space, in my daily activities to really make room for the love that I desire? I'm telling you this right now. When we start to look at what is it that you can't forgive yourself for, you have to. It's a non-negotiable. If nothing else, remember that you are worthy of love. And then here's the thing. You have to focus on the excitement. Where can you start to paint the picture that this is actually exciting? I am excited to make this thing called love happen, because what will change in your world? So here are some of the things that have changed in my world, right? So some of the things that have changed in my world is now when I'm worried or when I'm stressed, I have an amazing man and a listening ear with good counsel. I have a prayer partner. I have a lover and a friend. I have someone that can make me feel better physically and mentally, right? He doesn't replace God, but there's something sweeter on the other side. My invitation is that you don't give up on love. In attracting men, I know a big part is how do you know which one isn't lying, Coach Cass? Like how do I know which one is the right choice? Door number 1, 2, and 3. Just like the game show, you might choose the wrong door. Listen, let me tell you about Renee. So Renee was dating a guy for almost 5 years. Can you say 5? 5 years. She was dating a man for 5 years. 5 years. And they were together when she came into the Real Love Network. And after listening to her story and what she's been through, I said, sis, this is not it. He's not it. This is not the one. Now, some of you might have just clutched your pearls like Coach Cass. You out here messing up your stats for women to fall in love. Listen, I do not gauge my success on that. What I gauge my success on is you showing up as a wanted woman and making amazing decisions that transform every area of your life. And a part of what we do is we help you with self-love. How do you love yourself in this process and not lose yourself? Vetting love. How do you choose the right person? Because there's so many people out here. Mama didn't teach us. Last but not least, how do you thrive in love? And as someone thriving in love and everything that comes with it, I don't want you to settle. I don't want you to have strife. I don't want you to question. And if a man is taking 5 years to propose and y'all are supposed to be marriage minded, like, sis, this is not it. So she walked away from that relationship, was with us for a year, traveled with us to amazing places on our different trips that we have throughout the year and our Wanted Woman Live in South Florida. And we had such a good time. And he came back a year later. And sis gave him a chance, 2 weeks to be exact. But she called and told me, she said, Coach Cass, I've changed and I'm different. Now being out of the environment and going back in, I can easily see. I could see clearly now, right? I could easily see that this relationship was toxic and was not for me. And nothing had changed. Nothing right? How many of us have gone back to an ex thinking, oh, it's going to change this time? So what's beautiful is she said goodbye to that man and then ended up meeting and connecting with someone else. Now they're in a beautiful relationship. They both have kids. They're building a life together, and he is seriously courting her for marriage. Understand, when you continuously have questions of, does this man like me? Just forget it, sis. Just never mind. Just keep moving. He could be in the rotation, but he is not the main person. You never have to chase a man that is into you. Let me repeat. You never have to chase a man that is into you. Too often are we allowing the men to dictate everything and everywhere these dating ships go, not even relationships, right? You just collecting data to get to know these men, and you are attracting in what you desire. So if you find yourself in many abusive relationships or unavailable relationships or relationships where they don't honor you, it's time to look at a hard look in the mirror to say, what is it about me that continues to attract the same guy? That's what happened to me. I kept dating the wrong guy after the wrong guy after the wrong guy, toxic situation after toxic situation, stalkers to narcissists, right? To people that were just not it, right? Like, oh, let me try something different. Let me try somebody I'm not even attracted to. Like, don't do that, sis, right? So when we talk about trying different things, I have definitely tried different things. And the problem of what I was doing is that I was a serial monogamist. One long relationship after one long relationship after one long relationship. And it wasn't serving me. It wasn't. And it's not serving you, especially as a grown woman, right? So if you consider yourself grown, sis, one thing I know is that you don't have time to waste and you want to do something different. So it is time to get out the house and get in the game. Pick a worthy partner and stop settling for the foolishness, right? The key here is clarity. Get clear on what it is that you want. And then I'm telling you, it's going to be easy to see him because it's not every single guy that you're vying for their attention. It's something very specific to what it is that you desire that will also serve you. Now, mind you, I married a man that had never been in the kitchen. Never. Haitian man, his mama did all the cooking. Okay. So when we got together, I had to let him know, like, I am not your mama, sir. I am not your mama. I love your mama. She's awesome. Always got to put that in there. But I am not your mama. So if you're looking for bonon and juri and, all the things, tasso turkey, right? All the things, soswa, it ain't going to be over here. I can make you a mean salad, chop up these fruits and vegetables, grill this here chicken. That's what we're going to do. And you know what's so amazing is in our marriage, just in terms of eating healthier, he really appreciates it, right? And then other than that, the pressure is not always on me to cook. Guess what? Homeboy can cook breakfast. Homeboy can make lunch. Homeboy can make dinner, right? And I remember when his mom found out that he had been in the kitchen and he could make breakfast, something she had never seen in his entire life before getting together with me. She was like, my son works? What is this? Like coming to America, like, what is this? Yeah, he can cook. Why? Because he got to eat. So it's either he stay hungry or he get in that kitchen because guess what? Sis is busy too. And what I find too often is that we just rely on one gender role to do one thing. Here's the thing. You can take the opportunity to give and take of what works for your new relationship. It doesn't have to be a certain way. What I invite you to do is to study the person you're with, what's important to them, and how do you meet them halfway. So for me, it is always a plate with my husband, but it doesn't have to be a plate that I cooked on the stove. You get that? Now, mind you, I can make some mean chicken wings, mean salmon, mean steak. Like there's some go-to things that I can make, period. And then otherwise, we can order. So, what is it that you have given yourself pressure for in terms of being successful in dating? And maybe there's some things that you could just order, right? Now, you could always join our Real Love Network, which is there to support you in your love journey. You don't have to do this by yourself. But at the end of the day, you watching this right now, start to think about, what have I been attracting? What is it that I've been desiring? And what do I want to stop? We have to pick apart our legacy. If you have children, they are watching. If you do not have children, your friends and family are watching. What are the bad decisions that you continue to make in love? And what are you going to do about it? Which line in the sand are you going to draw to do something different? I'm telling you right now, sis, if you don't want to get out the house and get in the game, what are you going to do? Just stay at home? Do nothing? That doesn't serve you. I get you have purpose. You got a lot of work. So do I. You see me right here? This is me working. But I still have this amazing husband that supports my journey and is alongside me. And that's what I want for you. I want you to be able to be in a relationship where you don't have to question where your man is or what he's doing, or is he honoring your relationship, because you knew how to choose a man of good character. That's it. And no one is perfect. Everybody succumbs to temptation, doesn't have to succumb to temptation, but everybody's tempted, right? So I'm not putting anything past anyone. I'm not holier than thou. But what I know is, in my choosing, I was very specific with the values of the man that I desire to be with. So in attracting your amazing good man outside, you have to go to the places where the men are. Okay. And when you go to the places where the men are, you actually have to look up from whatever it is that you're doing outside of your phone and your chicken wing or your drink and make eye contact. How do you attract these men? With eye contact. You first have to make eye contact. One, I am always one that says, get an outfit that complements your body type. You could be a rectangle, you could be a share, you could be an apple, whatever you are, get outfits that complement your body type. And I prefer something that stands out. I do. For some of you, you'd rather die than be in pink sequins, and that's okay. You know, my pink sequins are amazing. You're not going to forget these pants, sis. You're not going to forget these pants. But at the end of the day, when you come into a venue or an event, take it all in, scope out the place, and start to speak. Speak to people. Put on your extrovert cape and start to speak to people about who you are, what you do, what you're looking forward to. And you never know if one of those conversations may lead to an introduction, or maybe not. I want you to start to enjoy yourself. You are not on a man hunt. You are not on a husband hunt. You are on a life journey that includes love and connecting with amazing people. And as you connect with amazing people, let's see. And now when it comes to attracting a man online, you are not chasing these men when you send a message. It's okay to send a message. It's okay to say, you know what? I'd love to hear your voice. I'd love to see you in person. It's okay. But let them actually plan the first date. In the attracting, I want you to start to rest in your feminine. You don't have to do everything. Because when you do everything, you do everything. And that's tiring. The most magnetic love is drawn not by the height of your achievements, but by the depth of your authenticity and the warmth of you just being you. So I want you to start to think about, what makes me me? And how do I start to shine this light forward? That's it. So at an event, make eye contact, start to speak, share who you are, be the light that they could literally see you moving through the event with a light over your head because you have such positive vibes. Do the flirting, the look away, the look again, right? Ooh, and the giggle, sis. Come on. It's like a snapback. Okay. The look away, the look and a giggle, right? You could always do a hi. Here's the thing. It's all testing, but you have to actually get out your house and get in the game. That is my invitation to you. For this year, start to take action in your love life to change your mindset and your skill set when it comes to dating. You don't have to do this by yourself. This is why I exist. Yes, this is an amazing podcast, but I have an entire community where we support you year round in your love journey, from single to soulmate and beyond. Thank you again for tuning in. And the code for the free chapter to Instagram is DM me book one to get the first chapter for free. All right. Listen, go ahead, subscribe, hit those notifications, tune in every single week. And in the meantime, in between time, keep loving, keep laughing, keep living. Bye.